To see the CEO of the insurance company AIG go before a House committee. We're watching live pictures of this hearing come in. He'll be there to answer questions about why executives got these millions of dollars in bonuses after the company took bailout money. And we just heard from Congressman McCotter a couple minutes ago. There are also a lot of questions for the administration, specifically for the Treasury Department, about how this all happened. This morning, Steve Forbes, former presidential candidate, is suggesting that President Obama should take a page from President Lincoln's handbook. Forbes says when the Civil War wasn't going well, Lincoln never hesitated to fire all the generals. John Burla is director of the Center for Investors and Entrepreneurs at the Competitive Enterprise Institute. John, that seems extreme. Fire everybody just 2 months in?
Well, these are extreme times, Jane, but I think, I was not for Tim Geithner being Treasury Secretary because of his role with the Bush administration when he was president of the New York Fed, organizing some of these original bailouts like AIG. And I think, that the breach in paying his taxes should have disqualified him. But I really think what the administration needs to change is more as a change of a direction and do more pro-growth initiatives rather than, the higher taxes, more mandates, things like that they're pursuing.
But, John, you can't underestimate just how complicated the job that Tim Geithner is facing is, and he can't find anybody to even work with him and pass the test to be confirmed to go into the Treasury Department. He's doing it basically almost alone.
That's interesting, but one thing he can do is be more clear on what exactly it is he wants to do. He talks about stress tests for banks, and no one knows whether what's involved in this stress test, whether it's going to allow banks to fail, what's going to happen, and also there's been bipartisan criticism, Republicans and Democrats, of accounting rules called mark-to-market that make banks take bigger hits, even on performing loans. The loans could be, the mortgages still be being paid, and banks have to make a hit based on the fact that they can't sell the loan. Well, sometimes they don't need to sell the loan, and if you change these accounting rules, then that's that much less that the taxpayers would even have to bail out banks, and not all banks, but a lot of banks would be solvent, and yet they've been silent on what they're going to do about these.
John, I'm going to pause you there just for a second because we want to take a listen to this hearing. Congressman Barney Frank is talking about